What up, YouTube? B Squad. It is your boy JB, and we are here today with a review for Love During Lockup. This is season 4, episode 24. The episode is titled Secret Prison Wedding, you guys. Now, before we go ahead and jump into this review, if you guys are watching this video or any other on the channel, and you guys are not yet subscribed to the channel, then I need you guys to do me a solid favor and stop taking me out on this date and having me pay for it at the end of it. You guys can do me that favor by liking the video, subscribing to the channel, and turning on your post notifications. And with that out of the way, without further ado, let's discuss Love During Lockup, shall we? All right, you guys, they need to change the name of this show because some of these people are cuckoo. Let's start up with number one cuckoo person, Melissa and Louie. I don't know if they did a psychiatric evaluation before they cast this season, because how in the hell did Melissa slip through the cracks? There is something dead ass wrong with Melissa. So Melissa in this episode is taking us down memory lane. I was like, girl, why? So Melissa first took us to the high school. She showed us where the juniors used to park at, right? Then she's talking about once, Louis gets out of jail, she wants to take him back to junior row and make out with him. I was like, girl, what? Melissa is stuck in high school. Like I said, there's literally something wrong with Melissa. Something is dead ass wrong with Melissa. I don't understand Melissa. Melissa is batshit crazy. So if you thought that was bad that Melissa went to the high school, Melissa then drove her ass over to the house that Louis used to live at when they were in high school. Now, mind you, she said that she never went over to the house. They never made out at the house. But she thought it was so funny. She called Louis to tell Louis, you won't believe where I'm at. And the way she was talking is like, you know how like you just like be like, damn, how coincidental is it that I came to this place? Like, I was just driving and I passed by something that used to be like, like if I go home and I just drive by something, I'm like, damn, this is a coincidence that I just happened to pass this place, right? Or like, let's say you use your map. Let's say you are going somewhere, right? And your map takes you somewhere and you just pass a place that you used to hang out at. Like, you remember the days when we used to just hang out here, do things here, right? Or if you just, like I said a minute ago, if you're just driving in the area that you used to hang out at and there's a place that used to be there, you're like, damn, I remember the good times here. When we used to do this, when we used to do that. But no, this nutcase literally just drove by the house and just stood outside. For what? She's a psycho. Melissa is psychotic. There is something wrong with that woman. There is something wrong with her. So then Louis suggested that she call his mother and tell her where she is. I was like, huh? Okay, so you just as loopy as she is too, huh? So she called his mother. I don't even think his mama know who she is, because she's like, who? Because that's when she said Melissa. Melissa? Yeah, Louis' girlfriend. That woman don't know who you are. We gonna pray for Melissa. Let's pause here and let's move forward. You guys, we met another person this episode that is, I think, just as batshit crazy as Melissa is, right? He's crazy. He's crazy like Melissa, and he's weird like Ty is, right? So we meet Mark. So he's dating this girl named Sincer, and her name is spelled Sincer, hyphen, the little, and A. I was like, why did her mom name her? Never mind. So Sincer is in prison, right? Sincer shot up her grandma's house. I was like, say what now? But they said no one was there. That's not the point. Girl, why are you shooting up your grandmother's house? Oh my God. So Mark is, I don't know what he says he's he's did he say engineer? He's something. I wasn't listening to Mark. All I couldn't get past was Mark's teeth. I ain't got the best teeth, but Mark's teeth were just bothering the hell out of me. Every time in that interview that they would zoom in on, they would talk to him and you could see his teeth. I was just like, oh my God. Could you not go get a crest whitening strip or something? Cause your teeth, sir, no. So Mark is similar to Ty in the fact that this isn't the first prison inmate that he's talked to. He has a whole spreadsheet of inmates with pictures of them and their names. I was like, oh my God, this is the male version of Ty. And y'all know I think Ty is a nutcase, and so is he. So this is his first time having a phone conference, video conversation with Sensei, right? So they're talking. She's young. I think she's like 23 years old now. I can't remember how old he is, but she's very young. I was just like, oh God, this is a predator. So he was asking her, his friend is there. His friend was in prison, so they're talking to her, and he's asking her, what her plans are when she gets out. She wants to be done with her. She doesn't want to have anything to do with her family except for an aunt and her brother because they're toxic. I'm like, ain't that the pot calling the kettle black? Says the person who shot up her grandmother's house, but your family's toxic. Please look in the mirror, sis, because I think you're just as toxic as your family is, right? So yeah, that's really all I got for Mark and Sensei. These people are nutso. Let's pause here and let's move forward, you guys. All right, you guys, let's talk about Chelsea and Mikey. We TV, we get it. Chelsea's deaf. Y'all don't have to take the audio out of her scenes. Like, because it's really awkward watching her scenes, because if you notice when the scene starts, you can hear she was driving to work, right? She was late to work, and there was an ambulance that was driving, and you could hear the wagon, the siren, right? Then when they start to show Chelsea, they just kill the audio, and it's just like, oh my God. Like, I feel some type of way about that because I just don't understand the significance of it. It doesn't make sense to me. I don't get the significance of it. I know some people last week were like, maybe they're just trying to, show us kind of what it's like to live in her world. I know what it's like to live in her. I don't know completely what it's like to live in her world because, like I told you guys last week, I can hear this ear. I have perfect hearing. This one, like if I plug this ear right here, I can barely hear. I can hear myself like maybe 5%. So I know what it's like. Like I know what it's like to not and especially it's terrible. Like if I get an ear infection in this ear, it's horrible. It's the worst. Like I hate when especially as a kid. I used to hate getting an ear infection in this ear because I don't hear out of this one. So I can't. So you have to write, have to have people write things down. Especially, oh God, it's always the worst when I have an ear infection. Luckily enough, knock on wood, I haven't had an ear infection in some years, but that's neither here nor there. But yeah, y'all don't have to show us that, right? So we see Chelsea. So Chelsea went to, the room where her coworker was, right? And she's telling her coworker that Mikey's sister texted her and told her that Mikey had a mini stroke. The friend, however, doesn't believe it. She feels like she's getting played, and she also feels like Chelsea can do better than Mikey. Honestly, I agree. I really want Mikey to stop saying that there's a language. It's not really, I get that it's not a language barrier because she speaks English. She just speaks sign language. She just speaks sign language. A, B, A, yes, A, B, C. I can't remember the letters. I used to know the letters by heart. But yeah, it's not a language barrier. It's just it's just a communication barrier. The woman can write English. She can speak English because she can talk. And that's the other thing when it comes to Chelsea. I don't know, because if you notice, Chelsea talks like who does she talk like? Marley Matlin. Because you guys know Marley Matlin is not like when it comes to, because I know a little bit about it, not even because because I'm a part of it. I know when it comes to people who are, you have people who are completely, deaf, hard of hearing, and they can't talk, right? Like Helen Keller. Helen Keller couldn't talk. But then you have people like Marley Matlin. Marley Matlin. So they, and I don't know if this is the correct term these days, but back in the day, it used to be deaf and mute, right? That's kind of where the ignorant saying, the ignorant. I'm not even gonna say that ignorant saying, but Chelsea's not a mute person. Chelsea can talk, and you can definitely understand what she's saying. Like you can understand exactly what Chelsea is saying, right? So I don't know why they do that with Chelsea, but it is what it is, you guys. So yeah, let's pause here and let's move forward. All right, you guys, let's talk about Justine and Michael real quick. So Justine, you guys remember that Justine was going out with Michael's family, and that she's gonna tell them about her and Michael getting married the next day. That was kind of weird how Michael. Before I get to that part, what I really thought was weird was the fact that they had that damn picture of Michael on that table. I was just like, why? Why? Why was he on that? Why was that picture of him on that table? That was bothering me, right? So they sit down. Now, before they got there, Justine's mom was asking her about, what are you gonna say to them? How are you gonna bring this up? She didn't know. Her kids like, maybe you shouldn't tell them. I'm like, maybe, because I don't know. I don't know if their mama's gonna take it well, right? So while they're sitting at the table, who calls? Michael calls, and that's when he tells them that they're getting married the next day, and ain't nobody happy about it. I was like, well, damn. Ooh, this ain't gonna be good. This is not gonna be good, you guys. So let's pause here and let's move forward. All right, you guys. So we were introduced to another couple, Jessica and Dustin. Jessica is an idiot, period. So we see Jessica and her friend. They went to the beach, right? And Jessica says she's like a frat boy with tits. I was like, okay, sis, cool. So there's a 16-year age difference between Jessica and Dustin. What really blew me was when she lifted her shirt up to show her stomach and she got his last name tattooed on her. And it's the ugliest tat I've ever saw in my life. And I've saw some ugly tattoos, but that tat was ugly. No shade, man, but it was ugly. So Jessica is a nurse. She worked in the prison system, right? So she didn't know if Dustin really liked her. So what she decided to do was she quit her job for Dustin. I'm glad she got another job, but girl, that is so stupid. You quit your job for him in this economy? In this economy, in no. She didn't say when she quit her job, but girl, at any point in this girl, no, you quit a job for a man, sis. Girl, no. She looks stupid, to be quite honest with you guys. And her friend is basically telling her, you look stupid behind this man. So then we see her, she's talking to her daughter, right? So I think they're in Florida. And his family's in Tennessee, right? So she tells us that she has no relationship with her family because her family doesn't agree with her about this situation with Dustin. Okay, they want the best for you. You're an idiot. Then she tells her daughter that she's going to be moving to Tennessee to be with him. I was like, why are you uprooting your life for him? Girl, no. Mm-mm. She must have been dropped on her head as a baby because, girl, that is stupid as fuck. So you quit your job to be with him. Now you about to have to quit your job that you got now to move to another state, try to find another job there. And again, with this economy, why? We're in a recession. Why? Dumbass. Inflation. Do you know what the cost of living is in Tennessee where he is? Do you know any? Oh my God. You don't even know his family. Oh my God, she's so stupid. Like, dumb as hell. There's a running thing with this season right here. Dumb and stupid or just flat out crazy. Let's pause here and end with the actress that is batshit crazy too. Let's pause here and move forward, you guys. All right, guys. So we finna wrap this episode up with Ty. Part of me now thinks that Ty is acting and putting on a show. Let's keep it real. I think that's what she's doing, right? So this nutcase tells us that she's been faithful to Hottie since she got engaged to him. She hasn't added anybody new to her roster. I'm like, faithful means it's just you and him unless you two are in an open poly relationship. I don't think that's what you and Heidi are. Maybe it is because of him in Boston. Girl, So then we see her, she go look for a wedding dress with one of her friends. Why did she start crying when first of all, why did she put on the black wedding? You know what? It's Ty. She put on the black wedding dress. When she put on the dress, she saw the dress, she started crying. I was like, wait a minute, what? Then she goes in the dressing room. Her friend comes with her. The phone rings. Who answers? When she answers the phone, who's on the other line? It's BB that's on the other line. So her friend's like, who is that? Y'all, I'm sorry. I can't with Ty. Because her friend believes that Ty is rushing into this wedding and that's why she was crying. Because she's talking about getting married in 30 days. Oh, my God, you guys. Oh, God, you guys. So far, I'm not frustrated. It's just some of these storylines are just dumb. Not dumb. I just think these people are nutcases. I think these people are nutcases, and like I said, with Ty, I just feel like I feel like Ty is actually acting at this point. I don't know what's real and what's fake with Ty, so that's why I'm feeling the way I feel about Ty, because I don't know what's real and I just don't know what's fake, right? So she got a call from her cousin to come down to the studio, right? So her cousin tells her that she talked to Heidi because she saw her ring on her finger. She told her she's engaged to Heidi. But her cousin tells her that she talked to him on the phone and he told her he's engaged to Boston. But she said he doesn't know that that's her cousin. So now she's pissed. I'm like, oh my God. I think that they coming at us with the Marcelino and Brittany bullshit at this point. Because none of this shit makes sense to me. None of this shit makes sense to me. But let me know what you guys thought about it in the comment section below. Subscribe to the channel, turn on your post notifications, and share the video, you guys. And until the next time, take care of yourselves, wash your hands, please wear a mask, socially distance, be blessed, and I'll see you guys in the next one.